you really think that the media coverage instigates more murder?
Yeah, I think on this particular kind of media coverage of mass murder, I think there are three untoward effects. The first is copycat mass murders, and that's the one you're asking. I'll describe it, but I don't want to miss the other two. The other two are that kind of coverage traumatizes viewers. Now, I realize they subject themselves to the trauma, but they are actually harming their viewers. If we could measure psychological harm with the same kinds of measures that we currently have for, say, secondhand smoke, that kind of coverage of a mass murder does more harm than 1 million smokers secondhand smoke. The harmfulness has never been measured of the psychological impact of ordinary news. The only thing in this country where it's been measured appropriately has been the 9/11 coverage. The coverage of 9/11 clearly did enormous psychological harm. Now, you could say that all of that is attributable to the criminals who committed the crime, or you can spread the blame between the criminals and the media who inflict the repetitive video and the repetitive emotional arousal, or you can say that this is a kind of self-destructive act in which the viewer turns it on and watches and causes themselves symptoms. There are all different ways to argue about it, and as a society, we haven't figured this out. But make no mistake, people are harmed by watching this. Now, the third kind of harm is an altogether different one. It's that when there is such coverage of an event, whether it's Virginia Tech or Newtown, that is all the impetus politicians need to have, the press machine behind them, to pass stupid and thought out laws. Every time high publicity crimes drive a law, it's the wrong law. And this is something I've been watching my entire career, and it's one of the reasons that I try to stay clear of politicians. They're just trying to attach their name to whatever's in the news, and the actual outcome and the effects on the public and the well-being of the public are not their priority. They'll pretend it is, but that isn't true. It's the electronic media that have the ability to arouse emotions so powerfully that they can cause someone who has already been paranoid, depressed, a loner, blaming other people for all the problems in his life, say to himself, yeah, that guy's just like me. I'm going to do it, and I'm going to kill more than he did. People are going to remember who I am. Now, of the 10 people watching the coverage who felt that way, only one of them will do it tomorrow. But that's one more than would have happened had there not been that coverage.